Hello, everyone, and welcome to Winthrop's Let's Talk Spartans podcast.
We are your hosts, Anna, and I'm the club president.
And I'm Hernan, your club vice president.
And we are proud to say that we are Winthrop's very first podcast club.
We hope you enjoyed this episode, and we can't wait to hear your feedback.
Let's get talking.
Hello there, I'm Spartan sports newscaster Bradley Clark, and today I'm here with Destiny and Jayla, cheerleaders. So, I heard that you guys came home with some awards. What did it mean to win the championship?
It was very nice for our team to bring home the first ever Spartans Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt and Lakeland High School awards.
It was really nice. It was fun. It was our first competition as a team, so we got to do a lot of team building while we were there. We met some other nice teams. Yeah.
So, I heard you were the cheerleading captain this year, Destiny?
Yes.
So, what did you do as a captain, and how did it make you stand out from the other teammates?
I didn't think about that. But I feel like it took for someone to take the role as responsibility and just to be yourself, but like be there for everybody on your team, not just for yourself, and helping everyone get to where they want to be is the ultimate goal.
That's a great answer. So, for you, Jalen, all right, she was just talking about teamwork. What does teamwork mean to you?
I think teamwork is when, people come together to achieve one goal.
Mm-hmm. And so, how long have you been cheerleading for? I've heard you've been cheerleading since you were 11 years old.
Yeah, like about that time, yeah.
All right, and so what message would you guys like to leave as seniors in the school?
Try your hardest.
I would say the goal that I would want to leave for everyone on my team is keep up your good work. Continue to be a team and don't give up on each other so easily. It all takes one person, like Jayla said, to make a difference, and then also work as one. Like, there's no I in team, so hopefully somebody takes the responsibility to stand up and just do it for everyone else.
That's about it.
Okay. This is Spartan Sport Broadcasting signing out.
Hey guys, this is Anna. I'm doing the Outside These Doors segment for today's episode. I'm here with
Jayla.
So, what do you do outside these doors?
I do gymnastics.
How often do you practice?
I practice Monday through Friday for 4 hours a day.
Wow. What does that feel like?
It's really exhausting sometimes, but it all works out in the end.
Interesting. So, have you encountered any setbacks?
Yes. I broke my collarbone 2 times, and then I broke my collarbone 2 times, and then I broke my toe, and I sprained my ankle.
Wow. What does it feel like? What did that feel like to you?
It was actually really annoying because because every single time I would come back, I would fall again and hurt myself. But now I'm better.
So, what's your biggest accomplishment?
I'm a 2-time state and regional champion, and I'm competed for the state of Florida.
We're lucky to have you here at Winthrop. Anyways,
Thank you.
this is Anna. We're signing out for today.
Okay. Hi, welcome to Senior Spotlight. Today we have
Aubrey.
and your hosts,
Anna.
and Hernan.
Today we're going to be asking her some questions about her experience here at Winthrop. You ready for this? So ready. Okay, the first question is, what is some of your biggest accomplishments? The first question is, what is some of your biggest accomplishments?
Like in high school or in life?
In both.
Okay, so I would say for high school, my biggest accomplishment is becoming class president our senior year, because that's like the time where everything happens and it makes life feel real. And then in life, I would say dance is my biggest accomplishment overall. I've done a lot of different competitions, auditions, going places, winning things. I feel like overall, that's a really, really big deal in my life.
It's awesome. Do you find it stressful or do you find it fun? To do all that.
I find it extremely stressful, but I find fun in the stress. I mean, it has to be a balance. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think it was fun, but it's for sure stressful.
You know that song where it's like, I found peace in your violence? That one. Next question is, what are your plans for after high school?
So after high school, I'm planning to go to college, to a university, and then I'm gonna study for my master or my major in my bachelor's degree, exercise science, which is studies like the mind and the body basically and how they work together, especially with athletes. And then after that, I'm going to eventually get my master's in occupational therapy to become a pediatric occupational therapist because I love to work with kids.
Okay.
And I work with kids now.
You've
And
really thought about this.
yes, I have. It's what I've wanted for a majority of my life.
I
so
have
it's a
not
big deal.
thought that far into it. All I know is I want to be a travel nurse. Okay, next question is, what are some of the highs in your high school experience here?
So in my high school experience overall, I would say just like finding a group to stick with and like becoming a part of like extracurriculars. That's a big thing that I've made, especially my senior year as class president. I try and always tell people that you need to join extracurriculars and make friends and be involved in your school because it makes life so much more fun, especially in high school. High school is not fun.
It's not. It's not.
I love when people ask me that question because I'm like, no, it's not fun. It's hard. You take hard classes, you're preparing for your life, but you can make it fun by being a part of extracurriculars. Like, even though, yes, I'm in student government, I'm also an ambassador and I'm in FCA and yearbook. And so you have to find, like you said, peace.
Find your niche. There you go. Find your niche.
In all things. So that would be probably some of my highs. I mean, all school dances, all of those are fun.
Those are fun, yeah. Those are something else. Okay, is there a message that you have for underclassmen other than just be involved?
So there's one thing that I always tell anyone who I give a tour to here. Once you get in high school, you should always find an adult that's like your adult at our school.
I have 3.
I always say that, and so do I have multiple, because you always want another trusted person in your life that you can go to, you can rant to, because things happen throughout the day all the time, and you need to talk to someone about it, and they're just always there, and they'll always be there because they work here with you. So
Yeah,
that's my
especially
biggest.
especially with all the stress that goes through high school, and especially you, since you're, senior president and all. I mean, right? You just need someone to talk to sometimes, and it just helps,
Yep.
You finally have someone to talk to. You have all this stuff going on, and you just want to, finally get something out.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, and that's even, like I said, I tell all the people who give tours here, but even like the 8th graders when they come in, I know like you guys see them throughout the like school day and stuff. I tell them the same exact thing because it's such an important part.
Yeah, lots of them, freshmen, underclassmen, they just haven't found their rhythm yet, I feel. But eventually, they do find it.
You will get there. You will get there. Okay, the last question for this interview. Who is your favorite teacher?
I don't think I have a favorite teacher, but I will say that I have favorite people in the office. And that's a really, really good part.
Samesies.
So I feel like for me, my favorite people in the office are Miss Atienza and Mr. Vincent.
Oh my god, Mr. Vincent, guys, once you guys get to know Mr. Vincent, he is so chill and funny.
Yeah, like and those two are also probably like the people I always go to for a lot of things. But I've known Mr. Vincent since my start here. He has always been like my person. So like that is why he's such important, and he's so fun. Like, I know underclassmen are terrified of him.
Yeah.
And I get it, because I mean he can be mean if you're on his bad side, but like he's like
yeah.
He's so cool.
Any other questions that you want to ask her?
Oh, I'd say no, but please stay tuned for our next episode where we will interview Mr. Vincent.
Yes,
We will have Mr. Vincent on our podcast.
Support the podcast club, guys.
And if you guys have any questions that you desperately want him to answer, make sure you comment those down below. But we're signing out for today. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's your host Anna, and
Hernan.
we're here interviewing.
Mr. Gilroy, hello.
What do you teach here?
I teach ACE Global Perspectives and World History. Honors.
Honors. Okay, so we have some questions for you, or like things that we want to know.
Yeah.
So, what do you think your craziest teaching experience has been?
This year, or this? Are you saying this year, or just whenever?
In general, like over your
Craziest. Well, this is only my 3rd year, but
This is your 3rd year teaching?
Yeah.
Like barely 3rd year?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, this one time, this was a year ago or so, I was at another school. The kids had this idea of bringing in this aerosol deodorant spray thing,
Oh,
and the
God.
thing got out of control in the class, and it was like bouncing around and its own, propellant, right? Bouncing around, and they were freaking out, and I didn't know what was going on because they're acting like it's the end of the world. They didn't realize what it is, and then
It's just an air.
and someone but someone ended up getting hurt because of it. So it wasn't just the fact that they shouldn't have been doing it. The fact that somebody got hurt made it worse. But the person, they felt bad, and I don't expect it to happen again. That's for sure. Not after that.
So it was just self-propelling everywhere.
It seemed like it. Yeah, it was kind of bouncing around the room. I heard a hissing. I'm like, what is that? And I kept telling them all, back away. And of course, they're in the heat of the moment, and finally I see what it is, and I'm just like, oh, it's really the overreaction. It's frightening because it could have been something so much more serious. A little crazy. I don't recommend that happening again.
Don't bring deodorant.
Kids, don't try this at home. That's for sure.
Okay. What's your favorite thing about teaching?
Well, when someone finally gets an idea or gets a, when it clicks. And my favorite thing is also when they realize that teachers are like, they're actually people, and they have lives, and they have like lives before this and personalities, and they realize that it's not like you go home and you continue to do that. Like they have more. It's your chance to show like a three-dimensional side to your job. So I enjoy that too.
Well, on that note, let's go. I want to know more about you. Like, what are you passionate about? It doesn't have to be anything school related. Just what are you passionate about, Ms. Gilroy?
Passionate about waking up in the morning. Yeah.
That's a great answer. That's like, wow.
No, I mean, I like teaching, but I love music. That's I love music. Yeah, I very passionate about music, the arts in general, but music for many years has been like kind of my real passionate hobby, if you will.
If you guys didn't know, Mr. Gilroy likes music.
I do. A lot of them do know, I'm sure. A lot of them know more than I want them to know, probably. But that's okay.
And you do your own videos, right?
I do. I have it. Okay. I have. Yes, I have a YouTube page. It's no secret at this point, I'm sure. It's one of those things where when you have time, and I'm not afraid to. The thing is if you want to be an entertainer, you can't be afraid to share yourself, because that's kind of the whole point. And my whole point with the videos was, it's a lot easier than just putting up a video and having a bunch of people see it and you don't know when they're seeing it than just to get on stage. So I like to think of it as like a practice run with like if people like the songs or not. Yeah. So if I have a new idea, I won't put it on there unless I'm proud of it. So just know that I want people to see a different side of me, a side that a passionate side, a creative side, and that it's okay for you to do the same thing. And don't be afraid to share it, because you won't get anywhere unless people know about it.
Yeah, practice is key when it comes to that sort of thing, right?
Correct.
And what's the music genre you're talking about whenever you're talking about music?
I don't know, people, I don't want to say like pop is very generic. Like that could mean anything.
I feel like everyone says pop.
Pop.
And it ranges from like so much. Like there's so much in the category of pop.
I want to say pop, but that's only because pop is the mainstream. Now, most of the music I like, it shouldn't be any surprise, is from when I was younger.
Oh, I love older music.
Yeah, but it's good to see that the younger people are liking older music, because that makes me feel good. So stuff from the 80s, 90s, pop, rock, blues, jazz. As I've gotten older, I like jazz because it's got a cool groove to it. It's relaxing, classical even. Pretty open-minded to it. People say, oh, what kind of songs do you do? Like, well, I don't like to write a song based on the genre. It's always been, like, to me, it's about the idea. And if it ends up sounding a certain way, well, fine, because then that's kind of by accident.
That's what it's about,
Yeah.
Okay, this question, who's your favorite student?
You guys, the teacher's going to answer that, honestly. I mean,
everyone's going to say that they don't have a favorite,
no.
but every student knows that every teacher has a favorite student.
No, you're not going to, I don't have one favorite. I have favorites, and I'm not going to say who they are.
Even better.
If you know who you are, you know who you are.
Because it'll go straight to your head, and then you'll brag about it, and then trust me, you'll wish I never said it. So, just, if you know who you are, then that's good. We keep that between us.
What's your favorite part of the day? Like a school day.
The end of it.
I felt that.
The end of it. Are we being honest, or are we not being honest?
No, we're being honest.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, I like the beginning of the day, but if it's the weekend, yeah, of course, I like whatever. I like all parts of it because I'm not working. But for work days, end of the day, because you're tired and you remember when we go home, we have lots of other things to do. It's not like we go home and teach my kid. You know what I mean? I have to teach him other things. I have to teach him life skills, or I have to help with the cooking or with the chores and planning of things. And so it's really, being an adult is a full-time job. Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. Yeah.
The last question for today's interview is, if you weren't a teacher, what career would you see yourself?
Oh, it'd be music related.
Music?
Yeah, and I think had I been in the right place at the right time with the right people, that would have. It's not something I give up on. I do it for fun, and it's one of those things where the good thing with music is you can always have it with you, and you can always have an idea, and it's really cheap to bring a guitar around or whatever, and a piece of paper and pencil and your brain and experience. So the thing with success and entertainment in general, it can happen at any time. They say that it's a combination of luck and timing, I think.
Yeah.
So, or no, knowing the right person at the right time. So timing really is everything. So, yeah.
I heard you had that dream as a kid. Ever since you were a kid, you had that dream of becoming a musician, right?
Well, not as a musician. When I always wanted to be an artist. I always wanted to be work in movies, like as a filmmaker.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, as a director or as a special effects person, and I was always very visual. I had a very keen visual sense. But I worked on a couple of movies when I lived in Michigan, independent movies, and then like the way it was a good experience and stuff, but I couldn't really do much more with it. And at some point, I got into music, saying, "Oh, this is just." Turns out I was better at music than I thought, and I've always been into music ever since then. So,
No, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, that's a wrap for today's interview with Mr. Gilroy. We'll see you guys next week for our next. We will see you guys next week for our next episode. We're signing out. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
What's good, Winthrop? I'm Sean, the host of this segment called Winthrop Rant, and today we have collected some anonymous submissions from the students at this school, and I'd love to read them out to you. Everyday Olympics, hallway dash, chaos unleashed. The type of people that piss me off every day are people who walk slowly in the hallway and then come to a complete stop. First off, no one cares how important your conversation is, and talking to your friend isn't important to any of us. Not only are the hallways already clogged, it smells. And how are these people nearly adults and don't know how to wash themselves properly? You need deodorant, and unless you have a gene that doesn't make you stink, you need it. The congested hallways only make it worse because there are so many people that have a horrible stench. And another one from another anonymous student. The school hallways are like traffic on the road, loud and chaotic. Except it isn't managed or monitored. It's tumultuous. People push, shove, proactively run you over practically. Move the hell out the way. That's a phrase you can hear coming from every which way, left, right, every way. The sound is big and full. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? People's way of beeping is shouting or just bumping into you. Oh, how I love unmanaged hallway traffic. You bump and snake past many different people, from eager to clumsy walkers. Well, that's it for today's Winthrop Rant. I hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, Spartan news, all by students.
Spartan.
The latest news, some young journalists.
News.
We breaking the story, no capping on this.
No cap.
Yeah, we keeping it real, cause we the realists. Serving out tea with your nachos. The sports, that's lit though.
Lit.
Just wanna chip men's basketball. Coach B, now that's the head coach. Ladies basketball got a lot of love. They won a tournament, and now they champions. Soccer going in, make it turning. Another champion, and now there's 3 of them. Cheerleaders with their thing.
Pop.
That's right, champions.
Chance.
And they run the blue and gold.
On God.
Winthrop, Spartans.
Spartan.
Hit the Spartan fest. Yeah, you don't want to miss it.
It's lit.
Don't think if you move too fast, then who can I hit?
Yeah.
Watch your face get pied. Yeah, right in their face.
Smash.
If your game not sharp,
Weak.
then you get blown out.
Crash.
We got Dodge Ball Tuck of War.
Boom.
Just like tight ends.
Spartan.
Used to have to watch them play basketball. Now you play in it.
Ballin'.
Gotta break it down for the students. It's a Saturday event.
Weekend.
It's for the class tourists and travel.
Cash.
Yeah, fight small business.
Cash.
Winning is all we know. That is the image.
Spartan.
Please attend Spartan Festival. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spartan news, all by students.
Spartan.
The ladies' news, some young journalists.
News.
We breaking a story, no capping on this.
No cap.
Yeah, we keeping it real, cause we the realest. Serving out tea with your nachos.
Ooh.
The sports, that's lit though.
Hey.
Just want to chip man basketball.
Wow.
Coach B, that is the head coach. Ladies basketball got a lot of love. They won a tourney, and now they're champions. So you go ahead and win the tourney. Another champion, and that is 3-0.